Good morning, everybody. Monday, June 8th, 2020, here in West Vancouver in the small village of Hollyburn near Ambleside Park. Went for my morning walk here today. I just finished, wrapped it up, so I'm just going to do a video this morning. With the scenery in the background, we've got Stanley Park, and behind Stanley Park, we've got downtown Vancouver. Not too warm of a day today. It's actually been kind of a cold month, and overall this summer's been not that warm. But in any case, I just wanted to talk and discuss what's next. What is going to happen next? We've already gone through the coronavirus, well, gone through phase 1 of it. Then, so 3 months of the coronavirus, then George Floyd murder hit us. And then we had 2 weeks of rioting, protesting that are continuing in the United States. The rioting is kind of subsided. Now it's just more protesting. It seems like it's dying down. We'll see if it does. But my question, what I'm wondering is, what the hell is going to happen next? Because absolutely none of this is done. And what I mean none of this, I mean the charades, the deceptions, and these false flag operations is what they essentially are from what I call deep state. Conspiracy theorists, whoa. If you think I'm that, please go somewhere else. I don't need you little jackasses on my channel. Something else will happen, because what you need to understand, and I've said this in many other videos, this is all this is all a game. This is all orchestrated, fabricated for a reason. And like I said before, it's to get us vaccinated and chipped with a smart dust nanotechnology. Once again, please look up on it. I'm not going to explain everything over and over again. And if you're not the kind of person who doesn't want to be informed, that's entirely your choice. Once again, please don't come at me and call me a conspiracy theorist when I'm the one looking up this information for the last, I don't know how many years. And you, some people think, and I'm not trying to be cocky, like if you're a welder or if you're a mechanic, you do that day in and day out for many, many years, obviously you're going to have much more experience and information and know much more about the topic than me or any other person who is not a mechanic or is not into fixing cars. That's just the facts. So when people come out and call other people conspiracy theorists, what the hell are conspiracy theorists? These are people who are looking at all this type of information that you're not supposed to look at, and they've been looking at it for who knows how many years. That's what I've been doing. So when I have arguments with people online, like I did on Instagram, and they come at me and they tell me that I'm wrong and this and that, like I just have to lash out, because it's not like I'm trying to be a cocky asshole or anything like that. Like I said, when you've looked at this shit for so many years and then it's coming true, and then some people come at you and tell you how wrong you are and what are you doing, what are you saying, and you know for a fact that these people are simply not looking at any information. They probably watch 5 minutes of news a day, if you're lucky, if they're lucky, but somehow they feel compelled to tell you that you're wrong. It's hard for me to understand that all this shit is actually real, but it is when you look at the information. It really is. Just like when you go to court, when a lawyer goes to court, guess what? They have to prove their case, and they have to present all the facts, and the other side has to present all their facts. And the judge, he's the one who looks at both sides of the story, then he makes his evaluation based on all of the information, all of the facts, all of the arguments. Now you, as a person calling other people conspiracy theorists and all this bullshit, you should pretend that you're actually a judge looking at a case. You look at both sides of the story. Try not to be, what the hell is the word? Try not to be biased. I know it's hard because you've been indoctrinated into the system like everybody else is, like I have. But the bottom line is you need to be like a judge. Have an open mind, and look at all sides of the story so you can understand what's going on here. It's your duty to look at both sides of the equation. It always is. That's the only way you're going to understand what the hell is going on. And I'm not even talking about what's going on in the world. I'm talking about everything in your life. If you're not looking at both both sides of the equation, you simply don't have all the facts, and that's just the way it is. So in regards to what's next, yeah, I don't even know what the hell's next. But something is going to happen next, because like I said already, and I kind of just veered off in another direction discussing conspiracy theories and why you should look at both sides of the story. Anyways, back to my first topic. One second here. There absolutely is something coming down, because they need to keep us in fear and they need to keep us controlled. I don't know what's going to happen, so I can't really say. I'm not going to put out any theories because I absolutely do not know. Well, maybe there's a couple things maybe that possibly could happen because they've talked about it. They're going to have phase 2 of this virus, and that's probably going to have in the winter. So there's going to be a little lull right now, maybe. Unless somehow they start having massive police shootings, like I said before, large amounts of people getting killed in the United States, race riots, civil unrest. That stuff is still on the table for sure. At the present time, there have been police killed. There have been civilians killed in all of this, the riots and all the civil unrest in the United States. Is that going to continue? I don't know, because now that the officer who killed George Floyd has been arrested and he's on second-degree murder, and all 3 other officers that were at the scene of the crime were also arrested and are going to be charged. I'm thinking that might kind of subside things. We'll have to see. We really don't know, but I'm promising you there's going to be more that comes down the pipeline, because this is absolutely not finished. This will continue because, like I said, there is an agenda. This is part of a master plan. They've already destroyed the economy, and it's going to be hard to bring it back. And let's talk about another topic here. In regards to the actual, like I've talked about this before, and I know sometimes I repeat myself, but it just gets me so angry that I just got to get it out again, I guess. I don't know. But in regards to the protests and stuff like that, and all these different leaders coming out in support of Black Lives Matter, which I totally am on board with. I understand that. But these same hypocrites were telling everyone to stay indoors for the last 3 months. In certain areas, if you came out of your house, you'd get fined, arrested. Places like California, you couldn't go to the beach. You couldn't go to the beach. They were arresting people that were actually in the ocean. You're by yourself in the fucking ocean, and they're arresting people. But now it's okay to come out in support of George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, and all of that stuff, which I'm on board with. And I don't think they should have had the lockdown to begin with. I really don't. So the hypocrites, the politicians, are now out there in solidarity with BLM, and which they should be. But in the same token, they should have not had the lockdowns to begin with. These people are nothing but puppets. They're liars, and they absolutely do not give a shit about you at all. They do everything for staged photo opportunities. Anything that makes them look like they care. That's all they do it for. They don't give a shit about anything. They simply don't care. You got people like I don't know why I keep calling him Pierre Trudeau, Justin Trudeau, telling everyone to stay home, stay safe, and blah, 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 flatten the curve, all the stupid phrases we've been talking about for so many months that are pretty much embedded in my brain forever. I'll never be able to forget these stupid phrases until I die, that's for sure. He was telling that for many months. Everybody was saying that for many, many months. All these stupid politicians in the United States, all these mayors, they didn't want to end the lockdowns. They were making it seem like this was the be-all, end-all. Stay home and stay there forever, pretty much. And then as soon as George Floyd was murdered, they're out in the streets. They're on one knee in the middle of thousands and thousands of people. That's okay. Now you're not worried about getting this deadly, contagious virus. Like, people who watch this channel who aren't on board with what I say, like, you really need to look in the mirror and start questioning things. Like, just, if you don't believe in what you consider conspiracy theories, can't you see how ridiculous and such BS it is that some of these people, politicians like Justin Trudeau, come out in the middle of 5,000 people one weekend
which concluded that black people are more likely to be injured or killed by police officers. Yeah.
Go home, blackface! Go home!
And the weekend before, he was basically in isolation, as were all other politicians, and they were like pretty much always on TV telling everyone to stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, don't stay in large crowds of more than 5 people, don't visit your parents, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But now it's okay all of a sudden. Like, seriously, wake the fuck up.
Hello, everyone. I want to share a critically important message with all of you, and I'm asking that you share this message too. COVID-19 is taking its toll on people all around the world and in every part of our country. We've all had to adjust our habits, and every single one of us needs to do our part. For our own health, for our parents and grandparents, and for our nurses, doctors, and healthcare professionals who are working tirelessly to keep us safe. Everyone needs to listen to the experts if we're going to slow the spread of this virus. That means washing your hands often and for at least 20 seconds. That means staying home. That means staying at least 2 meters apart and not gathering in groups. And to everyone who still isn't following this advice, now is the time to do so before it's too late. Now is not the time to be hanging out with your friends at the park or hosting dinner parties. If we do the right things now, we can make a difference and get through this together.
And it pisses me off that there's hypocrites everywhere, not just politicians, but the puppets in the general community. They just cannot see anything unless the media brings it to their attention. And you people are your own worst enemies because you fall for the scams over and over. And you're a massive, 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 massive part of the problem because you people simply go along with whatever's happening and you don't stop it. And then you screw people like me who are trying to stop what's happening. I'm trying to do something here. And all these people are simply just either they're for the situation or they're silent. And by being silent or by ridiculing people who are out for a walk with 4 other people and they're not social distancing, meanwhile, Justin Trudeau is surrounded by thousands of people, as were many mayors and other politicians across the world, including, of course, the United States. If they're allowed to do that, then everything's off the table. And I think the mayors and politicians should absolutely be allowed to be in large marches, large protests. They should be able to gather with as many people as they want, as should everyone else. And I hope you get your heads out of your asses in regard to at least this one topic. Obviously, some people who watch this channel simply are not on board with everything I state, and that's fine. But at least start understanding you are being played like a fucking fiddle every single day. And I don't really know what else to say. More stuff will be coming down the pipeline. This is the little lull anyways. I don't know if it's going to be a couple days or a week or how long it's going to take. But they absolutely have to continue on with their agenda. They've already crashed the economy. They want to vaccinate everyone. That's probably going to be, I don't know when, probably sometime later this year, I would assume, because nothing supposedly is going to get back to normal until everyone's vaccinated or a large portion of the population is vaccinated. So that's on the table. I don't know what else is on the table. They definitely want to do those two things, and more will happen. More will transpire as this continues. These are kind of not necessarily the end of the world days, but these are the end days in what we had as a normal world, because they're absolutely not going to let things go back to normal. They want to have total control from going from forward, starting from when it was in March when the lockdowns happened. Things will not be returning to what we consider normal until we overthrow the corrupt peoples behind these corrupt governments. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that you're simply not aware of that are running the show, and that's it. And if you don't understand corruption, that's absolutely fine. But if you know the mafia exists, just think of the mafia on a worldwide scale, and that's what we're looking at this point. Hopefully you guys start paying attention, because we're all living in the same world here together. Isn't that an amazing view behind me? Beautiful place, West Vancouver. Too bad it's cold. It's not the warmest day, but at least it's not raining. It's beautiful out there. Stanley Park in the background. But anyways, guys, have yourself a fantastic day. I think I've rambled on long enough. Start paying attention. Just pay attention. Don't watch too much news. Watch a little bit and start just going online and researching. And if that's not your thing, then you're always going to be in the background. You're always going to be suckered and played for a fool. And that's all of us. That was me until, I don't know, probably about 20 years ago, on and off. Last 4 years I've been more paying a lot more attention to what's going on in the world. And hopefully everyone else starts to understand this, because if you're not doing it for yourself, you do it for your kids. Because you can absolutely see that this world is decaying at a fast rate. Compared to where we were, where I was as a kid, compared to where we are now, not much is getting better except for technology, and that's being used to spy on us and brainwash us and all that other crap. Anyways, enough negativity today. For today, I'm going to go grab a coffee. You guys have yourself a fantastic day. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Maybe I'll put a link to a GoFundMe page below. I don't know. I'd like to get paid for this if possible. If you want to put some money in my GoFundMe, I'd appreciate it. If not, it's all good. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, everybody. All the best to you.